At the foot of Mountain Shopotakla, which is more than 5,000 meters above sea level, perches the Lhunze Valley. Over 40 years ago, the valley was a barren land. For the people in Lhunze County, Lang Dzong was a trailblazer who brought the help of grain to the county. In 1964, Lang Dzong, then head of Xinba Township in Lhunze County, made a field trip to several inland places and learned that planting trees was an effective way to desertification control. She told villagers, if we want to survive, the sandstorms must stop, and if we want them to stop, we must plant more trees. Located on the cold and barren Tibetan plateau, Lhunze sits at an average altitude of over 3,800 meters, and barely any regular trees could survive in that harsh condition. As some locals put it, growing a tree is more difficult than raising a child.
그 대주수 니모 망조 차라래가 지구여바래 고모 현재 참다 주주 강자 제괴매 섬로 땡기여.
She asked the locals which plant was easier to survive in the valley, sea buckthorn or grass. Opinions differed, with some calling Lang Dzong crazy to have the idea of planting trees on the alkaline land. But she was determined, saying past failures were due to the wrong species chosen. Then Lang Dzong led villagers to have a trail, planting 5 species of saplings on 0.04 square kilometers of alkaline land, including willows, poplars, and sea buckthorn.
산주 수지콩이我们制作宁北沟我大给年度差不多呢我不见见差不多铁土新德月当新许多钱就是要么往这钱恰当那个进了点呢差不多
Driven by the can-do spirit and perseverance, Lang Dzong led the villagers to plant one sapling after another. In more than 10 years, the valley revived with a vast stretch of thriving sea buckthorn shrubs. Samson was one of those working alongside Lang Dzong to build a graying homeland. Their first enemy was the harsh sandy weather.
자보적이 야습니다. 자보적 낙적이 누수 욕점문다 통통하면다. 자대 자보 체가면다 체가前面看 쉬어야 된다 말라.
Mangso, the village with the worst desertification in the county.
다 넉시 라코로 숭이 요음바. 대 망조 교는 뒤에 태그제한 요 말에 게다 코를 군 아 근데 저기 저도 집안 랑제 관다다 내리서 요 말에 내가 코로 전 때문에 갈래 가자는다 동과 텔라다 안제 다박 쳐는다 동과 나고 된다선 어떻게 농지 된다 잠다된다 돌아가는다 또도 레레 주된다 나고 된다 비슷해 봐
Year after year, Samson and the villagers managed to build a sea buckthorn shelter belt that stretches more than 20 kilometers and covers an area of over 45 square kilometers. Samson, now in her 70s, is affectionately called sea buckthorn grandma. Now Mountso village boasts clear skies, lucid waters, and grain trees.
从2004年至今，龙子县 每年参与义务植树造林的军警民达到了8000人以上，造林成活率达到了85%左右。
Over the past 5 decades, with the efforts of generations of officials and locals, a green barrier stretches more than 40 kilometers and covering an area of 50 square kilometers has been built. It has been rated as the world's largest artificially planted sea buckthorn forest. Lhunze has witnessed great improvements in its ecological environment. The forest vegetation has gradually flourished, and the cattle and sheep now have forage grass to graze. The precipitation has also increased, improving the air quality of the area, while the land salinity has decreased, boosting the production of highland barley. These are the results of continuous efforts by generations of Lhunze people like Lang Dzong and serf-turned, who spoke volumes of the fighting spirits of locals in fighting against the harsh environment.